Saluton amikoj! Kaj bonvenon al la Ponaksa Esperanto-Klubo Filmeta Serio. Mi estas Kadeno.
Kaj mi estas Griffin. Kaj ni estas viaj gastigatoj. Ĉi tiu estas unua epizodo de la serio.
Perfecto, perfecto. Now, in today's episode, what are we going to be talking about? Alright, so we're going to start with what is Esperanto, right? Today's lesson is going to, the title probably is going to be Intro to Esperanto.
We'll link it in the description.
Well, yeah, whatever. You get the idea. So, we like to have fun around here. Alright, right. So what is Esperanto? What is Esperanto? We're going to give you guys a brief rundown of the grammar that's going to be expanded upon in part 2. And then we're going to give you some example sentences to kind of cover what we talked about. Alright.
Insert title card. What is Esperanto?
I'll put that in post. Take it away, Griffin.
What is Esperanto? What is it? Who made it? When did he make it?
Where did he make it? All these questions and more in this video.
Got it. What is Esperanto? Well, Esperanto is the most widely spoken conlang or constructed language globally, with some speakers. I probably should have with roughly 2 million speakers. So, who made Esperanto? Well, in the 1880s, L.L. Zamenhof, a Polish doctor, invented Esperanto as a language to unite global peoples. He made it so that you could learn it easily by combining several European languages. However, he wanted it to be separated from culture so that people could preserve their own identities, yet have a uniting tongue. Right. So this is why he made Esperanto.
Right, and to expand on that, his intention was that you would learn it as a second language, so that, exactly, as you said, you preserve the culture, but also unite everyone under one common language. And those European languages that you mentioned, I'm going to put those up here, because I don't know them off the top of my head, but they'll be up there, or down here. They'll be down here. I don't know how to put them up there.
Alright.
So, it's iMovie, bro. Alright. So,
what is Esperanto?
So, I'm going to be giving you guys now a brief rundown of the grammar. Very brief. Alright, I'll touch more on it and give you more information in the next video, so stay tuned for that.
To the grammar corner.
Part 2. To the grammar corner. But first, I need my handy dandy whiteboard. Let's grab that. Here it is. Okay. Alright. Yeah.
Alright.
To the grammar corner. Let's go.
I think we imagined that was funnier than it was.
Now, you're probably wondering why we wasted all that time with that whiteboard bit. But we just halfway through shooting, we decided that the grammar corner wasn't gonna have the whiteboard. Don't worry. The whiteboard will be later, I promise. Alright, now, moving on to the grammar corner. Welcome. Bonvenon a la grammar corner. Sure. So, to start things off, I've got 5 things I want to talk to you guys about today. So,
we should put explosions in between each of the 5 things.
Okay, I'll consider that. To start off, we've got no indefinite article, right? So, pretty much an indefinite article, there's the definite article and the indefinite article. So in English, the indefinite article is things like a apple, that's not right, an apple, a barn, a cat, and then the definite article is the, or the. I'm not going to give you examples. In Esperanto, there is no a, there is no a or an. If you want to say a cat, you just say cat. Right, you just say kato, right? But we'll get into that in the example sentences. Now, if you've studied any other language, like German, French, Spanish, a lot of times languages will have multiple definite articles, multiple thes, right? But in Esperanto, you'll be glad to hear there's just the one, and it's la. It's L-A, la. I'll put it up. I'll put it down there. I'll put it right here in the middle. Who cares? Nouns. Let me talk to you guys about nouns, alright? Nouns always end in O, alright? Nouns always take the O ending. Kato, sejo, tablo, those 3 words. Every other word, alright? Every other noun ends in O. Now, if you want to make it plural, what you do is you add the Esperanto letter yo, which is a J in English, right? We know what a J is. But in Esperanto, of course, J's are pronounced as Y's, much like in German and other languages. A J after an O in Esperanto is pronounced as oi, like in boy or toy, right? So where table is tablo, tables would be tabloi. Adjectives, this one's easy to remember because adjectives always end in A. If it's plural, add the J at the end, and a noun, O, turns to oi, and adjectives always agree with the nouns. So if you're describing plural nouns, the adjective's also going to take the plural ending of adding the J. So tall man, alta viro, becomes altai viroi. I'll put that there, altai viroi, alright, if that makes sense. Verbs, the infinitive form of the verb ends in an I. Now, an infinitive, for those if you don't know, in English, it's when we have to verb, right? So, to eat, to do, to drink, right? Now, those are all infinitives. And in Esperanto, mangi, fari, trinki, right? These are all to eat, to do, and to drink. Now, if we're going to be dealing in present tense, you're going to drop the I and add AS. So, manjas, faras, kai trinkas, right? Put those up there. Now, what I want to teach you guys is the first and second person singular pronouns. So, I and you, right? So that you can start having conversations. I, easy enough to remember, it's me, M-I. I'll put them all up here as I continue, right? And then you is V, V-I. So, those are pretty simple to remember. There will be example sentences later, so I'm not going to waste your time here. So, speaking of which, let's cut to the example sentences.
Now what?
That was cool. I think that's going to look cool. Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to be taking what Caden talked about with the basics of Esperanto and applying it to some sentences. So we're going to start out with kato trinkas, which means the cat drinks, or actually a cat drinks. Sorry. So, kato, notice the O, because it's a noun. Trinkas, drinks, or is drinking. So, note the AS ending. This is the verb stem, drink, which comes from drinki, which is the infinitive to drink. And so we have a cat drinks. Cool. Sentence 2. We're going to incorporate adjectives and we're going to incorporate the definite article. So we're going to go with la, the, alta, right? Yes. Vero, staros. So, noticing some things again. The O indicates a noun. This means it's a man. La, we remember, that's the definite article the. Alta, we can see the A here, that's an adjective. This means tall, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And we can... But as I was saying, the tall man stands. And we can see from the end of the word, A, adjective, O, noun, and AS, present tense verb. Final sentence of the day. La, the, Unai, infanoi, ludas. So we have the, unai, and we can see here the AJ is the plural adjective ending. We have OJ here, plural noun ending, and we have ludas. You'll notice that even though it's a plural noun, it's conjugated the same way, and that's great about Esperanto, is that regardless of whether or not it's singular or plural, it will always be conjugated in the same way. Great. So, this means to play, the young children play. Very cool.
So, bonvenon reen al la skribotablo. So this is gonna be the outro. I'm gonna be frank. I'm not gonna waste your time. This is an outro right here that we're filming. What did we do today? Well, Griffin, what did we do today?
We learned what Esperanto was, what person created Esperanto. We learned the basic rundown of the grammar, and we looked at some example sentences.
Boom!
Bing, bang, boom.
Do, dankon pro spektado, kaj ĝis la sekva filmeto. Adiaŭ! Saluton, amikoj. Jen kadeno, mi estas en mia hemo, kaj ni filmis la filmeton hieraŭ, sed ni forgesis tre grava afero. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that right now, throw this in at the end of the video. Every word, the stress on the word falls on the penultimate syllable, so the second to last syllable, right? Since Esperanto is also really big on prefixes and suffixes, the stress on a word can change. So for example, right, let's take the word boy, knabo, and if you change it to mean girl, you add the feminine suffix in, so girl is knabino, right? Notice how the stress falls on the na in knabo, but in girl it's gonna fall on knabino, on the b. Adiaŭ!